The back and forth of proposed tariffs between the U.S. and China continued overnight. China is targeting 106 U.S. products with heavy tariffs, including a threat to a multi-billion-dollar industry right here in Illinois.
CBS 2's Vince Gerasole listened to the concerns of soybean farmers as they come face to face with a 25% tariff on their exports to China.
The 500 acres of Eldon Gould's farm, 60 miles west of Chicago, are still brown and barren, but soon they'll be prime for planting soybeans.
We're about a third soybeans.
China purchases a third of the U.S. soybean crop. Its proposed 25% tariff muddies the field on what Gould's harvest may be worth.
This whole production agriculture business has an awful lot of uncertainty, and this introduces one more.
In Illinois alone, soybeans are a $7.5 billion industry. Farmers have been worried about a Chinese tariff for several weeks.
I guess today it's very real.
China announced the soybean tariffs overnight. It follows the White House proposing $50 billion in U.S. tariffs against Chinese products. Still, in a tweet, President Trump insisted, "We are not in a trade war with China. That war was lost many years ago by the foolish or incompetent people who represented the U.S."
They're extremely upset with this.
Craig Radizik is CEO of the 43,000-member Illinois Soybean Association.
We are always about free and fair trade. And this just kind of defies in the face of the things that our farmers have stood for decades.
As a farmer, what do you think about this move from the White House?
Well, I guess I would have to say that I'm disappointed, and I'll be the first to admit that I voted for Mr. Trump.
Now, the White House says, in part, the tariffs on Chinese goods are necessary because of a $375 billion trade deficit that the U.S. has with that country. The tariffs on both sides have yet to take effect. There is hope that trade negotiations might be able to roll them back, but right now, that's just hope. You know, one more interesting factoid here. If Illinois were its own country, it would be the fourth largest producer of soybeans in the world.
Yeah.
It's a massive crop here.
Right, a livelihood at stake for so many then.
And we need to talk about the market, too. I mean, it's another factor in this whole trade war thing. So
It's
just
rolling
keeps
back.
going.
There's impact everywhere.
All right, thanks.